Good afternoon, guys. Not sure if Tyler's going to join us or not, so just wanted to text him and see. Okay, so looks like this is a session between myself and whoever's watching. So welcome to this Monday webinar event. Basically, AerialLook is a service and technology company, and it's our goal to change the way that you experience real estate, utilizing the latest technologies such as drone, 3D, virtual reality, and all those cool things that you probably read about a lot in the news. And what we also understood when we started this company was that we needed to make it affordable for the agents to implement. And so what we've done is we've tried to bring 3D virtual reality drone technology to the agents in North Carolina for the same cost or sometimes cheaper than still photography. And we believe that this has the potential to replace still photography in the future, because why would you want to look at something when you can experience it? So rather than try to get top dollar for our product now, we felt that we would price it out in line with photography so that it could be easily implemented and more affordable to implement at all price points. And so I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys might have regarding utilizing these new technologies. One thing I can guarantee is that they definitely do help in the listing appointment, because most agents that are meeting with their sellers, they're bringing the same old tools: photos, web marketing, exposure in an application, Zillow, Realtor.com, etc. So when you sit in front of a realtor or in front of a seller and you have something more intuitive, more powerful, a better experience, you're more inclined to get that business. And so we believe that's what our tour packages can accomplish. So I see there's 2 viewers. Do you guys have any questions that I can answer? Okay, so I'll just talk a little bit about why I believe technology is going to create a better customer experience, and how it differs from photography. So basically, photography, you pull it up on your computer, you look through photos. A lot of the times they misrepresent what you're actually looking at. Many times as a consumer, I've gone out to look at a home for sale, and I've been taken back by the fact that it didn't look like what the photos depicted. And so it's frustrating because it wastes my time. Now, you as a realtor, you don't necessarily want to think that way. You want to think of, I want to get their attention, I'm going to get that lead. I'll show them these pictures, even if it's not really what they want, it'll at least give me the time of day with them. And I get that. But you as a consumer, so start looking at it as a consumer rather than a realtor, and say, how would you feel if you took time and you drove out to a property to go view it with a realtor or by yourself, and it didn't look anything like the photos? How many of you guys have been to a hotel room that didn't look like what the pictures represented, and you're pissed off? I'm sure some of you probably canceled the hotel room, asked for an upgrade because you felt lied to. And so you as a consumer can experience that and want a better experience. And that's what you have to understand, is when you're marketing to consumers, you need to provide a better user experience, and you need to provide all the information that you can, because time is money in these days and we don't want to waste anybody's time. And so with virtual reality, 3D drone technology, it really allows you to capture the property, the surrounding area, and all that it has to offer, and showcase that to the client. Now, some properties don't showcase the best, and that doesn't mean that they can't be marketed or sold. So that just means that the more people you show to, maybe they may not have that in their criteria, and it'll take longer to sell it. But even if the property isn't the best property, it does need to be showcased in the best light. And we believe that 3D drone video technology does that. And so that's the part of the customer experience is that you're innovating, is the fact that you're providing a better user experience than photography. And so if you have listings on the market and they're in 3D or video, you're going to have more people come to your listings, not because I'm trying to sell you video or 3D. It's because you have a better user experience, and you as a consumer go to the best user experience. So why wouldn't buyers looking for your home go to the best user experience? And so not only does it set you apart, but then it provides more access to more leads. And so when you get those leads, it's then your job to turn those leads over, whether it turn it over into a sale because they like the house and it was everything that they had to offer, or it was turning them into a lead by saying, hey, you like this, you like the experience, let me give you this experience with other homes that might meet your criteria. And so really you're utilizing the technology as a lead capture and generating piece. And so that's one part of the customer experience, that you're benefiting from, is the fact that, you're giving them a better experience. And so they're more inclined to come spend money with you. And in terms of, photos did what they needed to do at the time that they were available. And, when photos came out, what was before photos, right? Well, photos were before 3D now and virtual reality. And so as you start to see the industry adopt these newer technologies, you'll start to see that photos will become less and less relevant. So you can be a part of it, or you can make it happen, or watch it happen. Okay, Raquel, experience. My favorite experience is being able to transport somewhere that you would normally have to get on a plane or get in a car or a boat to travel to. And so, for instance, we have a really cool listing. It's sold now, but it was in LA, and it was $50 million, and it was the best view you could ever imagine. And being able to put the headset on and be transported to that amazing view every day without have to actually getting on a plane, spending the money, it was a great experience. And it's something that, it allows me to kind of experience firsthand what, our customers and your customers would experience when they, experience 3D virtual reality technology. The drones is a great experience as well. Being able to fly over homes and through neighborhoods and showcase the surrounding area and how close it is to downtown or shopping. That's really fun. And it gets people excited. It gets the sellers excited. It gets the buyers excited. It gets, the realtors excited. So it's a great, marrying those two technologies is a great effect. But that's kind of what I find exciting about it, is all the information that you get to see and the experiences that are created. And, one thing I want to mention is that, people don't understand that they buy a 3D tour, or they buy a virtual reality tour, or they buy a video tour, and they buy it, but now they don't know really what to do with it. And so I think that's another problem within the industry, is that a lot of these companies just hand you a product and they expect you to know what to do with it. And where that causes a problem is that if you don't know technology, and it's brand new technology, so I wouldn't expect you to know, and the client, or the company selling you that technology shouldn't expect you to know. It's really important that you provide the client the ability to understand the technology, to understand what avenues they can market this technology, how they can market it, whether it's paid through paid advertising, organic advertising. So what we like to do is, say, for instance, you buy a 3D tour, buy a drone video, we then create it for you, and we deliver you a product that you can download and put on a website. We also create listing pages. Now that you have those, listing pages and content, it's important to monetize it for yourself. And you can monetize it in several different ways. You can monetize it in, one, trying to sell the home, but then you can also use that same content to try to get more leads and listings around that home. And so, for instance, number one, trying to sell the home, you would take the 3D tour of the home, and you would start. Facebook is awesome because it allows you to pick demographics, whether it be via how much money they make or what area they live in. And so what you can do is you can take them, all this information that's provided through Facebook, as well as provided through, all of the analytics that the real estate industry has access to. It allows you to understand more where your clients are coming from. And so utilizing that information, you can then market these tours to those clients before they get here, or before they get to the property address, or before they get to your franchise website. This is an ability for you to reach out to, say, a lot of New Yorkers are moving down to North Carolina. A lot of them are coming to Raleigh and Wake Forest area. And so I know this. And so if I have a 3D tour in, say, Wake Forest and Heritage, I know that in New York, they're going to get less for their money than they will in North Carolina. and they'll get more for their money here. I also know that because a lot of these New Yorkers are moving from New York to North Carolina, and a lot of them are coming into the Wake Forest and the Raleigh area, I now know that if I find out exactly what areas those people are coming from, I can then start to target those markets. I can target that zip code. I can target that neighborhood. I can say, hey, your neighbor just moved to Wake Forest. See why they moved. Take a 3D tour of 1300 Heritage Club. Whatever it might be, we're using that 3D tour to capture someone's attention who might be interested or who is moving to this market. Now, if you could capture someone's attention before they get to this market, then you win the game. You can establish that rapport with that customer and build that relationship so that then when they get here, even if you didn't have what they were looking for, they would then still rely on you to find what they're looking for. So that's a way to market to out-of-towners. The same with demographics in town. We know that there's demographics that move up and demographics that move down. So targeting those demographics that move up, you're able to, locate neighborhoods that we know that the price points of people selling to move up, and then same with the neighborhoods that people are selling to move down. That's going to give you a great opportunity to reach out. And then thirdly, what you want to do with these tours is you want to drop a pin on the neighborhoods of houses that are along the same price points. And what this allows you to do is you say, hey, looking to sell your home, this is how I market homes for sale. And you give them that experience that's different from any experience that they've ever had before. And so that helps stand out and captures their attention to where if and when they're looking to buy or sell, they may remember you. And so that's another way to use Facebook to target market with the 3D tours and drone videos. Maurice, how you doing, Maurice? So a lot of agents, they argue because they say, I want the client to come to the open house because they want to see him in person. They want to capture their email and phone number. And a lot of reasons, that's what I see is they want to capture the email and phone number. But what they don't realize is that you can use these 3D tour and drone videos to capture that information, to be a lead capture source. Where it differs from actually coming to the house is the fact that they can look at more than they could normally look at if they could look at it at home in the comfort of their own home rather than having to get a car and drive out to each house that they're going to look at on a list. For the agent, it might save them gas from having to drive them to certain homes that they might not be interested in. And so it's a double-edged sword because you have the realtor who wants to get the client in the house, then you have the client who wants the best and most convenient experience. And so you kind of have to meet them in the middle. So you can't say, well, I'm only going to get them to come to an open house because that's the only way I get their information. You say, okay, now that there's technology available to let them feel like they walk through the open house, I'm going to then access that same information, email and phone number, in a different format. And it might be a better format, and it might be a better relationship. And so I highly suggest to do your own research, try it out, ask your consumers, your sellers, and your buyers. What do they prefer? One thing for a seller, being able to offer a seller a 24-hour open house is pretty much unheard of. And with 3D and drone videos, that's what you have. Anybody can walk through your house 24 hours a day. And so I think it's a very powerful, tool to use and utilize, two separate meetings, and utilize to do well and get more business, reduce time on market, increase your client acquisition. But also if you're a broker in charge, and this is agent retention, by giving your agents the tools necessary to achieve more business, you're going to get more agents wanting to sign up to your firm, as well as the fact that if you offer a better user experience, for instance, why look at real estate when you can come experience it on MauriceBrownSellsHomes.com? And if you market that on Facebook and around your local market, which is cheaper to do on a local level rather than a national level, you're going to see that you're going to get all of these people coming to experience real estate before they go look at it elsewhere. And by doing so, you capture those leads, or you have the ability to capture those leads. And if you're a broker in charge and you can start capturing leads because people are coming to your site to look at 3D tours, you can then turn those leads back over to your team. And those are the best leads that you could turn over to your team. They're not Zillow calls or Realtor.com calls or app fill out forms. They're very, I would call them, they're warm leads. They're ready to go. And you've already established a relationship. So I definitely think if you're a broker in charge, you need to be thinking about how to implement this technology to, in all of your listings so that you can be that dominating factor in the market where not only does Google loves 3D tours. So our listing pages with 3D tours get to the first page of Google when searching for the property address. And that's right there next to Zillow and Realtor.com. And that's because of the content that's on the page, and Google loves that. So not only are you going to be creating a lead capture and a better user experience, you're also going to be creating a better SEO presence. So anyways, I think that's been about 15 minutes. If you guys have any other further questions, I'm happy to answer. You can also email me at robert@aeriallook.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions there. And really, I'm here to help you. I don't need you to spend money. I just want to help you guys do well. And given that we've been at this for almost 4 years, we know quite a bit, and we're happy to share that information with all the people that are in our community, because we all it's a group effort. It takes all of us to do well working together, and so that's what we're here for. So I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to working with all of you guys in the future.